Hey everybody, welcome back to Guys Night Lab. I'm Jesus, and welcome to another edition of Halloween Nights. Today we're going to be reviewing a movie that just came out actually last week or this weekend, and that movie is called Smile 2. Smile 2 is a sequel to the successful Smile that came out a couple years ago. I love Smile. I thought Smile was a great movie. Really creepy. Kind of had a Ring vibe to it. If you've never seen Smile, it came out in 2022, and it pretty much the whole premise of Smile is that someone like if someone kills themselves in front of you, then that like ghost or demon apparition whatever attaches itself to you, and then like in 7 days, eventually it's gonna like possess you, and you're gonna kill yourself in front of someone else, and then it just kind of continues the cycle. So in Smile One, it's a therapist, and the therapist was Susie Beacon. Her name is Rose in the movie, and it follows her. And I'm not gonna give like the review of that one, but I'm gonna review of Smile Two. But just pretty much in general, if you have not seen Smile, it's a great movie. Definitely check it out for Halloween nights or check it out for Halloween time. I don't want to give away the ending, but here I'm gonna have to give it away if I'm gonna review the sequel here. So here's your spoiler: three, two, one. Okay, so just skip ahead or something. But anyways, here we go. So at the end of the movie, Susie Bacon Rose is her name. She's been seeing everything, and then she dies, and her ex boyfriend is there. He's been helping her along the whole movie, and he sees her kill herself, and it's kind of like this crazy thing where it's like he sees her kill herself, and so then like that's where the movie ends. Okay. Okay, hopefully you fast forward a few seconds and back to so at the beginning of Smile Two, it follows Joel, the boyfriend of the previous movie, and he's like a cop, and so he found like these people. I think it has to be like Russian mafia or gang members or whatever, and so he gets one of them and he corners the other one, and then he he kills one of the guys, and he kills one of the guys in front of the other guy so he could like pass it on to him so he could be in the clear. But then he gets in a shootout with the other guy and actually kills the other guy. So now he didn't kill himself. He didn't kill somebody in front of the other person. So this is where the movie takes an interesting turn, and I'll get back to it. Okay. So in the beginning of the movie, it's not really a spoiler because it happens worth the first 5 minutes. Joel, the one of the leads from the first movie, the cop, he gets killed in the beginning. He gets hit by a truck, and then it goes into the credits. So then it goes in. It start Smile Two. Now we're going to talk about the official Smile Two. Stars the girl. Her name's Skylar Riley. It's Naomi Scott, and so it follows her, and she's like a rock star, kind of like a, I guess you could say like a Lady Gaga type, like Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, whatever. Just a famous like pop singer, and she's really popular, and she's a superstar. But she's getting out of rehab, and it turned out that she call it, she was in a car accident a year ago, and her and her boyfriend passed away. Later on in the movie, you find out that they were arguing, and so like in the beginning of the movie, it's like it's pretty much implied that they were both drinking, substance abuse, like doing coke, smoking weed, pills, the whole gamut, alcohol, everything. And so the whole point is that she was a substance abuse user and addicted, and that's how it was an intoxication, and they got in a car accident. Her boyfriend died, who was also famous, and then she survived, and she's on the rehab, and this is like her comeback to her. So she's got back pain from her her accident, and so she has a friend from high school who deals drugs. She goes to look him up, and he's going crazy and everything, and seeing things. So obviously he's possessed, or he's seen the smile demon or whatever. She has no idea what's going on. She decides to leave, but then obviously he kills himself in front of her, and now it's following her. And a lot of things happen in the movie. I'm trying not to spoil what happens, because it is in the movie just came out, so I'm not going to spoil it. But the one thing about the movie is like there are, a lot of people actually like this movie. I did not. I did not really like it. I liked the first one, and I don't know if it's because the character was a therapist and I'm a therapist, so maybe I connected more. I mean, I'm not a rich pop star, so I don't know. But the idea was cool. It just was. Here's the thing. Without spoiling much of the movie, one of the things that bugged me about the this movie is that for maybe like 40 minutes of the movie, it's kind of like how can I say it without spoiling? It's kind of like a just kidding, like, like, oh, is this real or is this not real? Is this kind of like that kind of thing, Because when you're seeing things, and even like in the first one, there's parts where it's like, oh, is this really happening or not? Which is fine. That's fine. Like that's completely okay, and it happens in movies a lot. Where it's like, oh, is this real or is this not real? If you ever seen the movie Oculus, there's that does that a lot, and I hate that. I hate that, like, oh, is this really happening or not happening? Because it's like, it's just, you could do whatever you want with it, and it's just a cheap tactic. It's like, you got to really know if is it really happening or not. So in this movie, there's like 40 minutes of like, okay, did this really happen or not really happen? And it kind of like took me out of it because I'm like, okay, like, I get that there's like weird things she's seen and weird things that are not seeming real, and that's fine with little clips, or not clips, but little like scenes or just little things here. Like I think there's a scene where like she's dreaming on her bed, and then she wakes up and it's daytime. It's like she's like, oh, it's already daytime. I was asleep. What the heck? It was night. Like, that's fine. But like a 40-minute storyline that's kind of like, just kidding, is like, what? So, anyways, I won't spoil and say what it is, but you'll see what I mean. And so then the other thing I found about the movie is like, I didn't really like the character. Like, Naomi Watts, like not no, not Naomi Watts, Naomi Scott. Skye Riley, her character, like, she's supposed to be the celebrity and everything, but she's not really like likable character. She does an amazing job acting, and I get like she's like substance abuse and rehab and all that stuff, but like she's not really likable. She's not someone that'd be like rooting for. Like, I really wasn't like rooting for her. I guess in the sense I was, but I didn't care because she wasn't a good person, and she kind of kept saying that like throughout the movie, like, I'm not a good person. It's like, I get it, and it's like, yeah, you really aren't, and it's like, but it's like, it was like, where's the redeeming qualities? It's like, it's hard when someone's like, oh, I'm not a good person, but then you're like, okay, but they're like redeeming themselves and making themselves better. She really didn't that much in the movie, and I get it. She's like creeped out and all these things happen, but the one big plot hole with this movie is, here's the thing, and it's not a spoiler or anything like that, because it's it's a sequel, and it follows the Naomi Scott, who's Skylar Riley, who's a pop star, and it's following her. But here's the thing, my whole thing is like, the last person that had this, the demon or cursed, like the ring thing, was Joel, the guy who was the cop from the first movie, and in the beginning he died. Okay, so it's like, okay, well, it's passed on then, but how was it passed on? Because he didn't. It's like, usually what happens is like the people get possessed, they have a big smile on their face, and it shows that they're possessed, and then they kill themselves in front of someone else. So then Joel, the police, one of the main characters from the first one, who dies in the beginning of this movie, he didn't get possessed. He didn't smile and turn around and kill himself in front of everyone. He gets hit by a car. And that's in like the first like 10 minutes of the movie. Like, he gets hit by a car and he gets killed. So wouldn't that end that there? Like, wouldn't it just end the curse right there? Because the curse didn't continue. So that's where I was kind of little like confused on, like, wait a second, like, what's going on here? And that was never really explained. So I don't know. Just one of the things that I thought about. There's definitely a creepy part, like, where I jumped. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I was laughing. But yeah, it's an okay movie. There was like a guy. I don't know if they were just like, had Asperger's or just, I don't know. But they were talking so loud throughout the movie, and I'm like, guys, come on, like, you're not streaming this in your own place, like, come on. And I don't say like Asperger's as a joke and being mean. Like, maybe they did. Like, they just did not have any social cues on like being quiet, and they weren't being like mean. It was just being loud. So maybe that could have taken me out of this one, but I didn't like it. Like, it wasn't my favorite. There's definitely some scary parts, but you be the judge. It's out. Definitely Halloween time. But yeah, check out Halloween 2, check out Smile 2 for Halloween time, and let me know what you think, because those are just my thoughts on it. And maybe there's something I missed in this movie. But anyways, I'll check you on the next one. I'm Jesus from Guys Night Lab and Halloween Nights.